Once again, we're back. SBD Fabrication. And we have a shitload of stuff to do this week. Let's start out with, we're going to be building a 4-link, which I know you've seen me do before. Might as well show you how it's done. So let's get moving. Here's what we start with, 2 pipes. This is going to be a 3-link, with the upper link will be bent. We'll show you that when we get there, but we're going to get the 2 lowers made, get them to the customer, along with some other parts, all the mounts, all the tabs. Have him mount them, and we will go from there. We'll also be making a cross member for his gas tank to raise it, so when you drag, you don't start yourself on fire. So, with that being said, today we're just going to get this prepped. I got a little bit of time before I got to pick up the kid. So let's get going. So what we have here is some 2-inch, 1/4-inch wall pipe, 2-inch OD, 1.5-inch ID. This will serve as the bushings for the 4-link. So we're going to cut them at 2 inches, and then the bushing is a 1/4-inch wider on each side, so they'll be 2.5 wide. So that's what we're going to do right now. Let's get these cut, cleaned up, ready to weld. So we're going to need 4 of these total, 1 for each end. So a lot of people think this kind of stuff builds itself. As you can see, it's more time consuming than you think. So just these 4, by the time they're cut, ground, cleaned, I got at least a half hour in them. That's just to get them ready. Then we gotta weld them on, get the bushings in, and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty crazy to actually think how cheap 4-link actually is. So these are the bushings. And that's not even cleaning up the bars yet. This pipe alone is $1 something an inch. Not a foot, an inch. So for everybody out there complaining why a 4-link is $400, you're complaining to the wrong person. Just try to give you guys a little insight on stuff like that. I don't think I charge too much for what I do. I think I'm very reasonable. That finishes up these. Let's move on. So what I'm doing right now is marking out a 1/2 inch in on both of these pipes. I'm gonna notch them for the bushings that are gonna get welded, and I measure in a 1/2 inch because that's a good distance that I always use. It's enough cut out, enough surface to weld. So I'm gonna do that. Gonna get it mocked up in place here. What you want to do is I line up my bar. And make sure that it's in the right spot and that it's level. Oops. It's kind of tricky. Tapping this in so that we're at our 1/2 inch mark. And the reason that's pretty important is we want both of them the same length so that they are the same in the truck. Everything looks good, so we'll get notching. Pretty sure I showed you this notcher already. Super slick. There's one notch. Pretty darn nice looking. I'll finish up the other one and get back with you. So just about ready for welding here. Cleaned up. So as you've seen before, these get welded like so. The other end will get a threaded bung and a end just like that, and will be adjustable.
Like the video, subscribe, and add a comment. A nice one.